Scholars, we will discuss an accounting treatment of entrance fees. Entrance fees, we can say it admission fees too. It is to be shown on receipt side of receipt and payment account as revenue receipt and on income side of the income and expenditure account as revenue receipt. Few times it is seen that the entrance fees taken by clubs or few charitable institutions from its members are so high in terms of amount, so we may assume it as a capital asset of non-recurring nature and it is to be shown on liability side of balance sheet as a separate item, or may be added to capital fund or liability side of the balance sheet. In the question, it may be direction to treat full or partial amount of admission fees as a capital receipt, then we will treat it capital receipt as per direction provided. In the absence of clear direction of the nature of such fees, then it is to be assumed as revenue receipts and will be shown on credit side of the income and expenditure account. Here, some few cases related to entrance fees are given. We will discuss an example. Explain the treatment of entrance fees while making financial statements for Mata Kala Devi Literacy Club Gurugram for the year ended 31st March 2020 in each of the cases given here. Case 1. The amount for entrance fees received Rs 1,42,000 during the year 2019-20. In the given case number 1, as about the nature of entrance fees, there is no any direction provided in the question, so due to absence of any instruction, the collected entrance fees is assumed as revenue receipt and thus it is shown on the income side of income and expenditure account. Case number 2, the amount for entrance fees received Rs 1,40,000 during the year 2019-20. It is instructed that the collected amount of entrance fees should be treated as revenue receipt. Here, the entrance fees of Rs 1,40,000 will be treated as revenue received as according to the instruction given in the question in this case. So, it will be shown on the income side of income and expenditure account as same as shown in case number 1. Case number 3, the amount for entrance fees received Rs 1,40,000 during the year 2019-20. It is instructed that the amount collected for entrance fees should be treated as capital receipt. Here, as about the nature of entrance fees, it is clear direction in the question to treat entrance fees as a capital receipt. So, it is shown on liability side of balance sheet by adding it in capital fund. Alternatively, if entrance fees is treated as capital receipt, then it may be shown on liability side of balance sheet as a separate item too. Case number 4, the amount for entrance fees received Rs 1,40,000 during the year 2019-20. It is instructed that from the collected amount of entrance fees, 25% will be capitalized. In this case, we see that it is instructed in the question clearly that from the collected amount of entrance fees, 25% will be capitalized. So 25% of Rs 1,40,000, which comes Rs 35,500. It is treated as capital receipt and shown on liability side of the balance sheet. Here, in the balance sheet of Mata Kala Devi Literacy Club as at 31st March 2020, on the liability side, we added entrance fees. 25% of Rs 1,40,000, which comes 35,500, we added it in capital fund. Now, rest of the entrance fees, 75% of the amount of 1,40,000, which comes 1,06,500, to be treated as revenue receipt and thus shown on income side of income and expenditure account. Thank you.